Hello everyone, my name's Tonya. The name of my shop is Scribbles in Time. I wanted to do a video of a flip through of one of my journals that I have posted in my Etsy shop. I am so sorry for the quality of the video. I apologize. I know there's going to be a lot of shadows. This is not the ideal circumstances that I wanted to be recording this video. I said in an earlier video I had a tripod and my son has a very nice camera, and we were all set up to do my first video with that, and the camera for some reason will not record. My son spent a long time trying to figure out what's going on with that, and ultimately I decided to go ahead and just use my phone. I hesitated in doing that because I didn't want any interruptions like phone calls or text messages or anything like that. But for right now, this is going to have to do. But then the next hurdle was that my phone would not mount to his tripod. We tried everything. So now I am literally rigged up in a way to where I barely have any room. There's this metal cabinet that's holding up a stand that's kind of supporting my phone. It's not ideal. So I apologize, but I wanted to go ahead and get something going. We are going to order a table clamp type of mount for my phone. So hopefully future videos will get better. This journal is all handmade. This is a tassel I made. Now I do prefer the look of it better on the side of the journal. It is just made with a clamp, so it can be moved anywhere. I do have a very, in my opinion, a very eclectic style. I do like to use repurposed items, and I don't know, I hesitate using the word eclectic only because I use it so often. But I can't really think of another word, maybe whimsical. But anyway, and I say a lot too. That's another thing I'm trying to fix. There it goes again. Just bear with me. I will get better, I hope, with time. I'm just not a video person. The tassel does have like 3 strands of beads. And I don't know all the technical terms. I know that there's sari silk on here. I think they call this eyelash yarn, or eyelash trim, maybe. There's a little bit of lace ribbon, or I'm sorry, just ribbon, not lace. A little bit of everything on the tassel. And again, the tassel can be clipped anywhere in the journal. It's just on a regular, like bulldog clip style. It can go on the front or the side. I personally prefer it on the side. The book is, I made it out of chipboard, so it is entirely handmade. And I will give you the measurements. I was going to try to hold it up so that you could get a better look without a glare. There are words or writing stamped on the front of the book, as well as the side and the back. Obviously, here's the side. While I'm holding it this way, let's measure it real quick. There are 3 signatures in this book. It is a very bulky book. I debated on putting a closure on it, but to me, a closure just kind of took away from the style, so I did not go that route. Let's see, it is 2 1/4, looks like about 2 1/4 inch spine. The back of the book looks the same as the front. Kind of a leathery look. And the measurements of the book is roughly 8.5 inches by 6.5. Okay. When you open the book up, the front cover, I don't know what you call this, it also has the old style writing in it. I tried to make it look very old world looking. Anytime I make my books, I said this in an earlier video, I always try to think of someone that I care about. I put a lot of love into my work, and it just helps me if I have someone that I care about, that I'm thinking of when I'm making a book, and just kind of focusing that love in on a particular person. And for some reason with this book, it's not very masculine at all, but for some reason I thought a lot of my dad. And I guess that's a lot of the reason I have this kind of a leathery old world look going, even though it's very feminine also, which my dad is not. This page has a side pocket with, I don't know the kind of flowers, but I think those are poppies. And there's just a bookmark here with sari silk. And this is a bag that I've tried to put a little butterfly on with a little bit of journaling space. But mostly the bag is good for holding anything that you might be trying to save memories of, movie tickets or receipts or just anything at all that you're trying to put into the journal for memories. I've got my little dog under me squeezing her chew toy, so if y'all hear odd noises, it's not me. Oh, great, and all my cuckoo clocks are fixing to start chiming also. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Then when you turn the page, there's a little I call it a finger loop, sari silk. And this is just journaling space. Now, I personally, with my personal journals, I've seen people do glue books. I've seen people do photo style albums and straight up journal books. I find with my personal book, I do a combination. If something makes me happy, I use it in my book. So I have some pages that have, you know, glued, that I use almost like glue books. I have some pages that I put photographs on. And I have some pages that are just straight journaling. So I try to use paper and leave plenty of space for a person to do whatever it is that they choose to do in their book. I'm a very huge fan of Gail. I think, I can't say her name. I can say it when she says it, but I think it's Agostinelli. I love her to death. She just seems like such a positive soul. And she's always seems cheerful and happy, and I love that about her. I literally watch her videos and feel good. She's a happy person, and we all need that. So I highly recommend her videos. And if I'm ever lucky enough that she should see my videos, I hope that she always hears me holler out a thank you to her for just being who she is. And there's so many others. Tracy Fox, Roxy Creations, what's Shabby Dabby Doo? Doodah, maybe? Anyway, there's so many. I call them my journaling family, even though none of them know me. I feel like I know all of them by their personalities. Oh, and Nick the Booksmith. Oh, she's so fun. Anyway, I have a very... I don't know, I feel like I try to joke and have a happy life, and I hope I can portray that in my videos, but it's very hard just to sit and talk to a camera. But boy, they have that down to a T, and I love their videos. They make me happy. Anyway, sorry, got off on a tangent. I watched this, Gail taught me how to do this, pocketing with book pages. Now, she does credit someone else for showing her. I don't remember who it is. You would have to watch her video to find out. I can only say that I credit her. And this is just a piece of paper that is folded up into an envelope just for journaling. It does say notes right there, but it's a piece of paper for journaling. There's an old made card in here. It's very vintage. It says, "Hey diddle diddle." Again, that just, for some reason, I had my dad in mind. And don't know why that reminds me of my dad, but it did. And then just an index card in that top spot. Journaling space or glue page. You can do whichever. I did reinforce the page with washi tape here to help just reinforce it. And this is just another one of the note pages, like that little piece had been there. This is a beautiful piece of cardstock with just an image on it. Very... thick and sturdy piece. It will be good for, you know, a glue page or just attaching receipts or movie tickets or photographs, anything at all. And then some journaling space here, just a little bit of trim, and then a little bit of the, I call them finger tags. You flip it over, and I've made a pocket on this side, and I just put an index card in there. This page here has a little tuck spot. Again, Gail taught me this, and again, I do use pages out of Christian books. Most everything is removable. I certainly hope that everyone can appreciate that, but it's important to me, and so I do put those in my journal. So there are a lot of references to the Lord and to God. But this is a tuck spot there. Flip it over, some journaling space. This is obviously a belly band, and some journaling space on back. And this does have a charm on it. It's just a little small silver charm that says wish And I do like the way it just, that fabric kind of, that tassel hangs out from the side of the book. Another little thing I learned from Gail with an index card. Not sure if y'all will know or not, but we just had a little interruption. My little doggy decided to put on a show for me. Okay, so this is another corner pocket that I learned from Gail. And I've put an index card just with some old writing in the little first pocket. In the second pocket, I think this is Tim Holtz, and I've kind of put some of the, I call it decoupage medium on it. Maybe it's Mod Podge. I put a little bit of that on there to make it more durable. I did not put it on the back, so it is journaling space on the back. The front, it says United Railroads on it. And again, my dad worked for the railroad. I grew up, you know, with my dad working for the railroad in Georgia. So this just made me think of my dad with the railroads. So that's why that's in there. And it's cool. This is journaling space. And again, this is like cardstock style of paper. So it's real heavy if you want to attach photographs or use it as a glue book. Same with this. This is the real heavy cardstock style paper. I call it corrugated on this side. So I did make pockets that crisscross and come down like that. This is just a little coin envelope and a bookmark. Okay. And that's journaling space. This is a card that is attached as a pocket. And there's two index style cards tucked into that pocket. More journaling space. And this is a little tag. Obviously a little tuck spot there and a pocket across here. This little bag is sewn on. I placed a real old bingo chip in it, just out of a card game, and then it has some little decorative stitching that's holding the pocket on. And this is a little envelope. Inside of it is a piece of ephemera that is an old photograph with a little journaling space on the back. And of course you can tuck papers in there as well. Little lace at the top. And hidden under that is a little thing that says, be happy, be bright, and be you. This is a little, believe it or not, it is a French fry paper. Obviously, it's not been used before, but one of my local restaurants gave me a little stack of them. I love the crinkling sound. I have issues with that. It's got a little stamping on the front, and then I've sewn it into a little pocket. Little notebook paper. Again, this has a finger loop with some sari silk on it. And then this is a library card with a little library envelope in it and some decoupage on the back. A side pocket here with a little bit of burlappy type of trim. Sorry, silk string, sorry. A bookmark with some musical notes here. I'm dropping stuff, and a little pocket right there. There is a little journaling card that I've dropped. Let's see. It's just written on there. And then this has a pocket here. There is a charm of a key up here on the top. And this is just an old flashcard. I just thought it gave it a little bit of whimsy and character. A glassine bag with just a piece. I think this is Tim Holtz, I believe. Ephemera. This is sewn on with a tuck style to it. So it can hold something there. And then I put a little trim at the top and the bottom of this. This is a pocket, little card for journaling. And I personally love the pom-pom trim. It does add a little bit of bulk to a journal, but I just think it adds such personality from the side. Love that. So that does have the pom-pom trim on it. I'm trying to remember to show you the charms as we go. This has a little charm of a moon, like a half moon on it. Here's the back of that page. These are called pinafore cards. It's apparently a card game from the late 1800s. And this is, I say it's an original. I got it at an estate sale. I actually got a whole box of these, and the gentleman that I got it from says that he believes they're actually a reproduction of a game called Pinafore from the 1800s, late 1800s, that was done, and I can't remember which gaming company, Milton Bradley, I don't remember which one, but apparently they did like a reproduction of it in the 70s. So he thinks this came from the 70s. And then this is just another one of the railway tickets. It's a little bit different. This one actually says Market Street Railway Company. I can't talk. Again, this is something that Gail taught me personally. It is a little tuck spot as well as an envelope. And I've just folded up some paper in it that is for name and addresses and phone numbers. This is another little journaling card. I love old maps with a tuck spot and a little side pocket. And this is going into the last signature, signature number 3. You can see the space here, which I tried to leave between all of the signatures. This just allows a little bit of room to bulk it up a little bit in case you do put something in the pockets extra that takes up a little bit more space. This will give it some room to bend out. And obviously I handmade the book, so this is reinforcement here that you're seeing. Journaling space. I don't know if those are poppies. I don't know my flowers at all, but they're so pretty. Journaling space. Oh, there is a pocket here. I actually had a postcard in this, and I had pulled the postcard out to use to demonstrate tuck spots as I showed the book, and I laid it to the side when we were going through that issue with the camera, so I will have to find that. But this does have a vintage postcard, an original vintage postcard that goes in this pocket. I will find that and obviously place that back in there. The remaining portion of the book is just more journaling spaces. This is double pockets here. I'm sorry, single pocket. This finger loop does have a big charm on it. It's on this big safety pin. It's actually a vintage, I guess you would call it a pin. It's not really a brooch, but it is, I think, from the 80s. I got that at an estate sale also. An envelope that is attached to the page. The rest of the page is kind of decoupage, so it would be a perfect place for either gluing or attaching something with a paper clip or just a photo. Journaling, sorry silk on a piece of paper. This is the signature, the center of that signature. The brown bag. Card. Pocket. I do have the little finger tag there with the sari silk, and there's a little heart there. I believe it's a little, I think it's wood, although it looks silver. And then of course a little finger tag up here. This is all decoupaged. So again, that would be a perfect place to attach something to the page or do gluing or photographs onto the page and then journal over here about it. And then I do have the pretty trim up at the top there. A pocket here with just some index cards inside. And then some pretty cardstock paper. And then that completes the flip through. It ended up being a little bit longer than I intended. I apologize. I think I was rambling. Probably nerves. Again, my name's Tonya. The name of my shop is Scribbles in Time. I would love to hear from you. Any comments would be greatly appreciated. And I apologize for, again, I'm kind of new at the whole video thing. So just be patient with me. I am learning. But anyway, if you have any questions or anything about the journal, please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much for watching and be blessed.